Museums safeguard humanity's history, yet thousands of artifacts quietly disappear each year. Not through daring heists like the one at the Louvre, but through gaps in outdated inventory systems and incomplete records. Welcome to From Storage to Surveillance, streamlining archives to detect and deter art crime. I'm Gianna Caci, and I'll be your guide today as we take a tour through the world of museum archiving. Archivists and collections managers organize and maintain a museum's collections. They are responsible for the care, preservation, organization, and documentation of the collection, as well as overseeing object movement, storage, and security. According to Akal Pandya, various factors can impact the well-being of the collection and its items. These aggressors can include environmental factors such as the chemical composition of the object, humidity levels and temperature, natural disasters such as fires or earthquakes, and even the value of the object itself. Many museums often have outdated protocols and procedures regarding the safekeeping and ethical standards of the collection, or they don't even have the budget to digitize their collection and repatriate items to maintain those ethical standards.
We have an online database, but it is just photographs, just basic photographs.
This is Stormy Harrell. She is the collections manager for the Lamb Museum of Anthropology in Winston-Salem. I was lucky enough to talk with her about the repatriation projects currently underway at the museum. Let's hear what she has to say.
With the Burra project for repatriation, we worked with an engineering student, and he did the 3D photogrammetry of all, I think, 120 pieces.
Wow.
And he did this in conjunction with some of the law school, some of the law that focuses mostly on repatriation and things like that. And they did it with the idea that it's like a fingerprint. Each piece is unique. So once it's 3D scanned, if we did return it to Nigeria and it goes in the National Museum and it gets stolen or sold, if it comes back up on the market, they can just take that scan and be like, no, see, this is the exact piece. It needs to go back to Nigeria.
So what is repatriation and why does it matter? Repatriation is the return of cultural heritage to its country of origin, most often the return of looted or stolen artifacts. Letitia LaFollette discussed the connection between ethics and repatriation in her article, Looted Antiquities, Art Museums, and Restitution in the United States since 1970. LaFollette says that the return of over 100 looted artifacts to their countries of origin between 2005 and 2010 reflects a growing pressure to change acquisition norms and prioritize provenance. Today, over 20,000 artifacts have been returned to their countries of origin from museums like the Getty in LA, the Met in New York, and by organizations like Homeland Security. That's all well and good, but why should we be doing this? Other than the fact that often contested artifacts were illegally obtained, they represent a bridge between the ancient and modern day. Repatriation is important to reconnect vital pieces of cultural history with the cultures they represent. All of this, however, starts with proper storage and inventory. The Lamb Museum uses a software called Past Perfect to keep track of its inventory, while the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences uses a similar software called Specify to keep track of theirs. Both museums rely on regular access to their collection to ensure everything is accounted for. So, what does this inventory look like? Lucky for you, I have a volunteer position in the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences paleontology collections, so I can show you almost exactly how it works. Volunteers from the local fossil club go through the collection and update the identification for many specimens. Then, volunteers like yours truly help Sean Moran, the collections manager, go through the collection and update the identifications and storage locations in the system, which is what you see me doing here. Sean will read out the object numbers, updated names, and where it's going if the item's being moved. I then pull up the item form and update everything as we go. Everything that I do when I'm volunteering is vital to maintaining the integrity of the collection, ensuring that all specimens are easily locatable when needed. We've talked about the importance of repatriation, storage, and ethics. So why does it matter? Why should you care? Well, museums provide a window to the past. They are vital to our connection and understanding of our cultures and cultures around the world. As a matter of fact, we have many great museums right in downtown Raleigh. You don't have to go to a museum in the Netherlands to see a Rembrandt, take a time machine to see the dinosaurs of North Carolina, or excavate an Egyptian tomb just to see a sarcophagus. All of these things are here at our fingertips, but in order to have this window to the past, we have to utilize them. Museums rely on visitors and donors to keep their doors open, so the next time you're looking for something to do downtown, why not to head to a museum and start connecting with the past? Don't believe me? Well, let's hear it from a professional, shall we? I sat down with Sean Moran, Paleontology Collections Manager at the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences, and my volunteering boss, to ask his opinion on why museums matter so much. He definitely said it better than I ever could, so let's hear what he has to say.
I think at their heart, they're places that inspire curiosity and interest, broadly speaking, in art and science, that also often serve as a foundation for better understanding various aspects of human existence, whether that's art, whether it's science, whether it's history, all across the board. So I think at their heart, with that said, like a place that inspires people to learn about whatever the museum is offering, a place for inspiration, education, and ideally a place that helps sort of guide our social, emotional, scientific perspectives on the world.
That concludes our tour. I hope you enjoyed learning about the world of museum archiving. Once again, my name is Gianna Caci, and it was a pleasure to be your guide today. Thank you for staying until the end. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask away.